Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Nirav Pandya. A lot of Golden State Warriors fans have questions about return to play after ankle sprains in the context of Jonathan Kuminga's history. Here's a quick breakdown of what we look for in terms of returning to play for an ankle sprain, why there can be varying degrees of severity, and why some can be within a couple weeks, whereas some can take several weeks to get back on the court. Now, the first important thing to understand is that an ankle sprain is some degree of injury to ligaments, which typically does involve some degree of tearing. Now, typically, when you have an ankle sprain, most people will sprain the ligaments which are lower down, quote unquote, your low ankle sprain, as opposed to high ankle sprains, which are ligaments that are basically injured that connect the tibia to the fibula. But let's take our more common lower ankle sprains. You can sprain ligaments on the outside part of the ankle, and there are three main ligaments on the outside part of the ankle. As well, you can sprain one of the main ligaments on the inside part of the ankle, which is named the deltoid ligament. Now, there are varying degrees of severity, and that's based on the degree of tearing to those ligaments, the number of ligaments torn, and how much soft tissue swelling and any associated injuries that occur as a result of that. So sometimes with a very mild ankle sprain, you can get partial stretching or microscopic tearing of simply just one ligament on the outside part of the ankle. But as ankle injuries become more severe, you can tear or sprain some of the ligaments on the outside part of the ankle as well as the inside part of the ankle. So potentially you can have several ligaments which are injured, which makes the ankle unstable, leads to more swelling and instability. Now, when you're returning someone back to play, there are a couple of different factors that we're looking for globally. Number one, you have to restore range of motion. Number two, you want to get control of their pain. Number three, you want to make sure their swelling's under control. Number four, you want to make sure their strength is back. Number five, you want to make sure the ankle feels stable. And then they have to be able to do all this on the court without any symptoms arising. And that can vary degree tremendously based on the number of ligaments that are injured, how much swelling that causes in the ankle, as well as if there's any cartilage injury in the ankle. Because you can imagine that when an ankle injury occurs and there are multiple ligaments injured, sometimes the cartilage in the ankle joint can get impacted as well too. And also how each individual responds to an ankle ligament injury in terms of the degree of swelling, pain, and stiffness that occurs can vary from person to person. So if you have one ligament that's injured and you don't have much cartilage damage or much swelling, you can get back to the court within a game or two. But potentially if you have multiple ligaments injured or you develop a lot of swelling or there's some cartilage injury that can occur as well too, sometimes it can be 6, 7, 8, if not 12 weeks for injuries. Although most people with a more severe sprain sometimes land between 6 to 8 weeks. And the last criteria that's important, no matter what an MRI looks like or what a physical exam is, if a player gets on the court and develops pain or swelling or doesn't feel stable, it doesn't make sense to get them back on the court because they're not going to be impactful as a player. So the key things to understand is that there are varying degrees of severity of ankle sprains. The vast majority of ankle sprains, just, NBA players will miss a couple days, but if you have more ligament injury, there's more swelling that occurs there. They potentially have associated cartilage injury, and it's just taking a period of time for pain and swelling and mobility and all those things to take to get better. Then it can sometimes be a several-week process, even though, quote unquote, the injury is an ankle sprain. Thank you.